According to Fortune.com, during the peak of the pandemic, sales of personal computers shot to their highest level since 2014. Knowing how to replace parts on the computer can save you a lot of money instead of having to buy a new one. Everyone has or has used computers in their daily life, but not everyone knows how to replace their components. I've worked with computers for about 10 years, and replacing the drive is one of the easiest things to do. Today I'll be showing you how to replace an SSD on a laptop. Let's start by identifying why we need to replace the drive. A couple of reasons why you will replace your drive. Your old one could be completely dead, or you're running out of space and you just need an upgrade. Let's identify what laptop we're working with today. This is a Dell Latitude 5490. And with this information, I can either go to the Dell support page or just Google drives compatible with this specific model, and you'll find the drive that you need. In this case, it's a NVMe M.2 SSD. We must identify our operating system. In this case, I'll be working with Windows 10. I don't work on or use Macs, and if you do, don't talk to me. A couple of tools that I'll need today: a Windows 10 USB drive, and if you want to know how to load Windows 10 on a USB drive, just Google that, how to load Windows 10 on a USB drive, and you'll find step-by-step instructions. And just a small Phillips head screwdriver. We have to back up our files, and we have a few options. When it comes to backing up your files, you can either back up to OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox, whatever service you use, or you can also just back up to your external drive or USB drive. Once we back up our files, let's make a list of the applications that we currently have installed so we can reinstall later once we install the new drive. Now let's take the laptop apart. This laptop has 8 screws that we must loosen to remove the back cover. Once the 8 screws are loosened, we can just pull the cover off to reveal the components. One more screw. Move the back cover, and before we touch any of the components, we gotta remove power from it. In this case, we gotta disconnect the battery. And this is with working on anything electronic, you gotta remove power from it before you work on it. Now that the battery is removed, we can go ahead and remove the old SSD. The SSD is held down by a single screw that we just removed, and then we just pull off the drive. I'm not removing this one since I'll be using this one. Once we install the new drive, then we can just repeat the process in reverse. First, reconnect the battery. Once the battery is secured in place, put our back cover on. Tighten up the screws. Now we're ready for our final step, which is to reinstall Windows 10, reload our files, and reinstall our software. To reinstall Windows 10, we'll go back to the USB drive that I talked about earlier. Just plug in the drive, turn on the computer. Now every manufacturer will be a little different, but for Dell, to boot from the USB drive, you press F12 when you see the Dell screen. Turn it on with the USB drive. Wait for the Dell screen to come up. This will take you to the boot menu options, and you'll see that your USB drive is one of the options. And then you select it and hit enter, and this will start the Windows 10 installation process. While this is loading, the final steps that we need to take is to download our files from the cloud, whatever service you use, or copy and paste them from our external or USB drive. And last step is to reinstall our software. If you have Office, Adobe, Chrome, whatever software you use, you just reinstall it. That way you're good to go. So now I've loaded Windows 10. In just a few clicks, you can hit next, install, and it'll start setting up. Just hit install and next a couple of times, and the computer will restart, and then you're basically setting up a new computer. So next time your computer is low on disk space, consider replacing the drive instead of having to buy a new computer. With a little time, simple tools, and patience, you'll be able to save a lot of money and also learn a little bit about technology that you use every day.